of the Colorado National Guard and the over 400,000 military veterans of Colorado, we welcome you today to today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise if you're able to for the arrival of the official party, the advancement of the colors, singing of the national anthem, and the invocation.
Hope. Present hope.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Word. Hope. Coaster. Hope.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. We will now have the invocation by Chaplain Moreland.
I apologize for doing this to you. May I ask you to stand again with us. I'd like to invite you into a posture of prayer in accordance with your own convictions. Eternal God, we bow our faces towards the dust from whence we came, recognizing that you are sovereign, you alone are sovereign. And from the dust you made us, and one day back to the dust we have to return. So we bow today in humble submission to you as the sovereign one. God, we gather today to celebrate the educational accomplishments of airmen and NCOs and senior NCOs. As I think about it, Lord, your word declares, in all of your getting, get an understanding. And these degrees, this level of educational achievement represents our pursuit of understanding. But there's so many more implications in that we need your wisdom and your guidance and your blessing for. For some of us, we are thinking about how to model life better for our children and the generation that comes after us. And we need your guidance for that, dear God. For others, we're thinking about the next level of responsibility, vocationally speaking. And for that, we ask your blessing and your favor, and that you would open doors that no man can close, and that you would close doors that no one can open, so that we may accurately discern your will, your way, and your path for our life. Lord, I pray that you would caution us in the pursuit of knowledge, and help us to remember that knowledge does some things, but it's not a substitute for everything. So I pray in those other areas, dear Heavenly Father, that you would be the difference maker, that you would lead us and guide us in the paths that you know to be right. Education doesn't guarantee that we're going to live with the right standard of morality. It doesn't guarantee that we're going to live with the right values. It doesn't guarantee that we're going to be good and kind to one another. And for those things, we need wisdom from on high. And then one day, life as we know it will be no more. We'll study war no more, stick our souls in the sandy banks of time. I pray that you would take us to that place where the wicked will cease from trouble and the weary will be at rest. In the name above all others, we do pray and ask it, and we all said together, amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may now be seated. Thank you, Chaplain Morrison, for your inspiring words. Also, our thanks to the Honor Guard for posting the colors, and to Master Sergeant Von Holton for that wonderful rendition of the national anthem. At this time, I would like to introduce members of the official party, as well as distinguished guests we have in the audience. Please hold your applause until the end. The presiding official for today's ceremony, Commander 140th, Colonel Micah Fessler. Command Chief Master Sergeant, 140th Wing, Lisa Perry. Keynote speaker for today's ceremony, 138th Space Control Squadron, Chief of Mission Assurance, Major Stacy Rostow. And special guest speaker for today's ceremony, President, Colorado State University, Global, Dr. Becky Takeda Tinker. And to our distinguished guests, Command Sergeant Major Bill Woods, Senior Enlisted Advisor for the Adjutant General for the Colorado National Guard, Brigadier General Floyd W. Dunston, Assistant Adjutant General, Commander, Colorado Air National Guard, State Air Surgeon, Colorado Air National Guard, Colonel Corey Massey, 140th Wing Element Commander, Lieutenant Colonel Randy King, Commander, 140th Maintenance Group, Lieutenant Colonel Jason Neuer, Commander, 140th Mission Support Group, Colonel Sean Ryan. It is also very important and appropriate that we recognize those who more closely supported our graduates. Without their encouragement and support in the form of turning off the TV, hiding the controller to the game console, or just gently tossing a textbook at us, this achievement would not have been possible. A special thank you to all the family members and close friends of our graduates. In addition, a special welcome to all commanders, chiefs, first sergeants, and the men and women of Team Buckley. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules to attend. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now my pleasure to introduce the presiding official, Colonel Fessler.
never been a problem of mine in my life. But let me be the first one to congratulate our graduates today, the folks that are going to walk across this stage. This is a huge step, and it's an amazing thing that this is a completion of your first step in what I hope is a lifetime of a growth mindset and continuing education, making ourselves better every day, getting an opportunity to learn, getting an opportunity to become better people, better airmen, better neighbors, better members of our own community, and you all have taken that step, and it is absolutely fantastic. Couldn't be more proud of you. That said, I think we have a couple of people who have a much better message today that I think they're important to talk about here. Very first off here, we have more than a few years ago, although he has a lot less gray hair than I do. Major Rostel actually made this same kind of walk across the stage after he graduated from the Community College of the Air Force, and is now sitting here today as one of our lead Cyber Warriors and truly a heavy lifter in the wing. He's a guy making stuff happen every single day behind the scenes and making our lives easier by taking care of things for us. And it's pretty awesome to see that his first step was a CCAF associate's degree, and now he's sitting here today with a master's degree as a major in the United States Air Force and the Colorado Air National Guard, absolutely crushing it on a day-to-day basis. We're also really lucky to have Dr. Takeda Tinker here today, who truly is blazing the trail in higher education. You know, as the president and CEO of CSU Global, she is truly figuring out how do we get education to people everywhere. And that really matters to people like us, people in uniform, people that are out there working every day, potentially working multiple jobs for our DSG folks out there. Finding ways for education to meet you where you are so that you can continue to take this journey in life. Couldn't be more proud of you, couldn't be more excited to hear from our speakers today. And let me encourage everybody, when your teammate, your friend, your child, your relative crosses this stage, please hoot and holler and share in what a great event they've done. And more importantly, we'd like to share a thank you to everybody that supported them in this journey getting across the stage. So thank you.
Thank you, Colonel Fessler. The Community College of the Air Force was established on 1 April 1972. President Gerald Ford signed Public Law 94-361 on 14 July 1976, authorizing the Air Training Commander to confer the associate's degree. With the recommendation from a committee composed of nationally recognized educators appointed by the U.S. Office of Education, and with support following public hearings, the Commissioner of Education certified degree granting authority in January of 1977. The Community College of Air Force awarded its first associate's in applied science degree in April of 1977. Today, they partner with over 100 affiliated Air Force schools and more than 1,500 civilian academic institutions, serving approximately 300,000 active Guard and Reserve personnel. The college annually awards over 22,000 associates in applied science degrees spanning 68 programs. The Community College of the Air Force is regionally accredited through the Air University by the Southern Association of Colleges, Schools, Commission on Colleges. And for now, the introduction of our guest speakers will be Colonel Fessler.
I think I already did that.
Hear me?
Great day to be a guardsman, is it not? We're here to celebrate.
We're gathered here today, not in holy matrimony, but to celebrate achievement. And together we have the privilege to celebrate the achievements of 64 airmen, 64 guardsmen. Achievement as defined is a thing done successfully, typically, by effort, courage, and or skill. But in the case of these 64, effort, courage, and skill. I say all three, effort, courage, and skill, because for effort's sake, you did not stumble upon this achievement. Nobody bestowed such honors to you for simply being born and making it to the ripe old age of fill in the blank. It may have taken blood, sweat, and tears for you to get here. And if you ever had the privilege of using Blackboard, their online classroom, there were likely a lot of tears. Seriously though, I'm talking about real effort here. You cannot earn your CCAF degree by phoning it in. You cannot be an effective wingman, leader, warrior for phoning it in. You cannot serve in the Air National Guard by phoning it in. Your fellow wingmen will not allow it. You applied yourself, you put in the effort. You earned yourself the right to proudly walk across this stage in front of your family, your peers, your leadership here today. That's effort, that's effort. Then we have courage. Let's begin with your first act of courage, as far as I know. You chose to serve in the finest military in the world. You raised your right hand to be our nation's sword and shield, its sentry and avenger. However, you became a more accountable wingman, a smarter leader, a stronger warrior, when you chose to set the path toward earning your degree. You chose to serve better. You chose to serve better. Remember that. Remember speech class? You know, is required to earn this piece of fancy parchment. Getting up in front of your peers, that takes courage. Defending your country with your life, that takes courage. And lastly, skill. Skill can be natural, but most of the time it is not. In your profession, especially the one you raise your right hands for, you're required to prove your skill, your proficiency. And from the Air Force Training Command to your first level supervisor, together we have a way to instill that training into committed airmen that exemplify integrity, service, and excellence. Skill takes practice, often and tedious and iterative repetition. In order to be a better journeyman, craftsman, master of your field, we train you to be a significant and integral part of the most lethal warfighter this planet has ever seen. And that lethality increases ever so greatly as you pursue your degree by your choice to serve better. And there you have it. What achievement is effort, courage, and skill. Don't you forget it. What I have here in my possession is the CCAF degree I earned in 2004. Like the ones you'll receive, this paper is of fine stock, ornate fonts grace the page. On the bottom left, the Air Force seal and the eagle and 13 stars embossed in golden foil. On the bottom right, the Community College of the Air Force logo. And between those symbols are 4 signatures, 4 important people that ratified your diploma. Validation to your hard work. It is a masterpiece made for airmen only. I'm earnest when I tell you that I'm proud of receiving this. A very special path was taken to earn it. I can guarantee you my path toward earning this is not the path our graduates had taken towards earning theirs. There's a story, there's a unique story behind each and every one of your accomplishments that, if given time, I'd speak to them all. But we are mindful of your time. We are mindful of airmen's time. For it would have been a pleasure to listen to all of your stories, however, how you chose to serve better. Let's focus on a few guardsmen, though. I did have the privilege to spend some time with, hearing their accounts, their struggles, their triumphs, their inevitable achievements. Senior Airman Dirk Salas, can you stand up? Please, thanks. This guy I met when I was backfilling for Colonel Acosta at Conflict. Met this gentleman, has a family. Ingrid, Zoe, and Aiden are here today, right? They're there to support. I know some of the things that you have gone through in our conversation. We had chat about that your parents were educators. They valued education, and that was the path you were set on. You got your bachelor's, you got your master's, yet through all of that, and COM is going through a whole lot of stuff right now, right? They're going to mission defense teams. They're going to be cyber warriors. They're no longer that support system that they used to be. And you have to take a lot of classes and a lot of courses to get up to speed, but yet you still decided to get your CCAF and associate's degree. Is that a bad thing? No. He pursued, he persevered, he just kept on getting it. Sergeant Grace Richards, Tech Sergeant Grace Richards, could you stand up? Jamaican born and immigrates to the United States. Smile, look at me, look at me. We had this conversation. She joins the US military to have a better life. A better life requires sacrifice. She has her bachelor's, she has her master's, she's pursuing her PsyD. Now, she still went to get your community college of the Air Force, and this conversation that we had was, you went to a ceremony where just because we have all these higher degrees, there's still importance in earning the CCAF. The CCAF, we went to basic training, we ran and did push-ups and did the physical part, and then they drilled a lot of stuff with us, a lot of yelling really, in basic training. Tech school, many months of school, yet you decided to continue to get yours, and I congratulate you for that, Grace. Thank you. CCAFs are not a waste of time, and someone else that doesn't think CCAFs are a waste of time, I see Master Sergeant Danielle Fagley, if you can please stand up. This is her third CCAF. Now, there is criminal justice, right? HR, and this is professional management. This is your fourth. Thank you. This speaks more to what she is. You are driven. I'm looking at the former degrees that you have as like criminal justice, so as a former defender, probably always a defender, but former defender, nonetheless, I'm just gonna tell you, I'm scared of you when I look because you look in somebody's eye and you have that driven look, not crazy, driven. And that's what I can appreciate about our airmen, our guardsmen here today. It impresses me that all the things you do, mother, 2 kids, right? And you run a high-speed recruiting team. Now, if anything's the talk of the years, what our recruiting team has been doing this year. She leads that team. And she's still got her 4th CCAF. What's wrong with you? Thanks, Daniel. Master Sergeant Lucas Vanderwerf, our Wing 1st Sergeant. Human resources, right? So, but that's not where your heart's at. Your heart's in the cooking and feeding and restaurant management. And that is your passion. I mean, we have similar passions when it comes to cooking food. Our conversation, I recall, was how the Air Force makes it so easy to get our CCAF. Now, I'm going to tell you, we went through basic. I already told you this, tech school told you that. But he had taken classes where the school came to a hangar, right? They came to the hangar just so airmen and guardsmen can go there and take their class and get this degree. That's commitment on the Air Force's part. They got there halfway. So I'm going to ask those that do not have their CCAF, I need you to meet them halfway. The Air Force is helping you out, making this a lot easier. Thank you, Lucas. Master Sergeant John Krause, I'm going to have you stand. Part of the CCC team, he hides in the vault and ops, the government SAP security officer. He also, defender by blood, right? The purpose of his degree was for validation. Validation. That's important to us. In our everyday lives, we want to be validated, whether it's, a hello, someone look in your eye and say, are you having a good day? To even earning your CCAF validation. You want to be an inspiration for your son, Jack. Hell yeah. Thank you. Chief Gomez, Manuel Gomez. Why don't you stand up, Chief? I didn't write a whole lot of words here because every time I have a conversation with you, it's usually not about what I came up there to talk to you about. I'm always looking at the books on his desk, and like I said, a dichotomy of leadership. Jocko, right? There I was in Fallujah with task unit recruiter, yeah. We always talk about that stuff, and we're always talking about leadership and what's important about leadership out there in the field. And then we always bring this conversation to what is it about our airmen? And we talk about, because I wouldn't say we're the same age, maybe, but the time of the 90s where discipline was a little different. And we're like, we gave airmen and guardsmen that chance. And here, I want to speak to you that you all have this chance. And here's one of them, earning your CCAF. And I look forward to future conversations with you, Chief. Last but not least, I want to tell you about this person. I had a conversation with her, and just so you know, she is not graduating today, but she is a ray of sunshine in this building when I'm here during the week. She is earning her CCAF degree. She has come to people in our building, asked, hey, I want to run my speech past you. I want you to critique it. Help me be a better person. And Tech Sergeant Paula Rainier, could you stand up wherever you are? I need better be here. Thank you. First of her family to be earning a degree. How awesome is that? She's doing it for her kids to set an example. And when I had this conversation with her, it was pretty emotional, wasn't it? And thank you for sharing that with me, because it means, I can tell it means a lot to you. I want you to know that you have wingmen here that know it means a lot to you. We're going to help you get there. You're going to graduate somewhere, or at least finish around December, right?
Yes.
It's awesome. We're looking forward to the day when we see you come across this stage. While these are beautiful stories, these paths toward achievement, they all inspire. Please allow me to adjust the context here. You must realize that earning this diploma is merely a stepping stone. Your education does not end here. This is no pinnacle, no finish line. Even the greatest fighting force in the world must change, requiring enduring efforts, untapped courage, and further sharpening of your skill. Every day we have the change to maintain dominance in every contestable fighting domain. I say this because you might be aware that we have altered the vernacular here in the military. There was a time we spoke of our adversaries as near peer. We have converted that language to a sobering and graver peer adversary. That means saying our adversaries have equal status to the United States in military might. I don't like that. So to dig a little deeper, I ask you, airmen, graduates, what the hell are you going to do about it? Student flight, any of those that are here today, what are you going to do about it? You are our future too. Are you ready for the next challenge? Will you rise to the occasion? How will you answer your nation's call? Swearing an oath is a good start. Perhaps commit yourself to our core values and live out the Airman's Creed. Educate yourself, maybe earn your CCAF degree, apply effort, courage, and skill, but most importantly, don't falter, do not fail, serve better. I raise a glass to you, wingmen, leaders, warriors, graduates. Thank you for choosing to serve better. Hear, hear.
Well, congratulations, graduates. And a special congratulations to your leadership, the family, the friends who've come out to support you and who have supported you throughout your journey. We know that adult non-traditional learners, it takes all of us to make sure that our learners can get to their goals. And so thank you for the support, and thank you graduates for doing the hard work that it takes to actually get to your goal. You know, now that you've gotten there, and I think we've already heard the past speaker talk about that this is just the beginning. And I love commencement ceremonies because it's the end of one goal, but then the doors open to multiple goals. And so the future is now. So you probably kind of need a rest. I get it. Take the day. And then tomorrow when you wake up, think about where you're headed. Because it matters in our world. It matters that globalization and the change and pace of technology require us to keep learning, require us to be fully equipped so that we can fight those literal and figurative wars. It's so important to our nation and to all of your families, the Air Force, our state, that we are able to be fully equipped to be the best that we can possibly be. My husband and I, I'm going to get a little personal here, but my husband is first in his family to go to college. He graduated, same as you all, with his CCAF, I guess is how you all refer to that. He then went on to earn his bachelor's degree, went on through the Air Force to earn his master's in strategic intelligence, then served his country upon retirement as a contractor for the government, and then now as a geospatial intelligence officer for the federal government. I myself, my dad was first in his family to go to college. After World War II, I'm Japanese, so after World War II, he had nothing but the clothes on his back. He put himself through college. And from there, I am a product of that. I am a product of the fact that I have a completely different trajectory in order for my family history to really have had a change. And I think that Alan would say the same, my husband, Alan, when you look at his family and the fact that he is it for college, and we continue to help support our daughter and his family to try to move forward, because that's what we're doing here. And for our country, when we think about being at the table to make those decisions for all of you, you know, education, the reason that I took this last phase of my career to enter education and to lead and to do something different so that all the schools weren't the same, serving the same people, right? Everybody's got different needs. How do we do that? How do we do it differently? And it's because it matters, because each one of your needs matters, and each one of yours ability to be able to get an education, to get the knowledge and skills, whatever level. Maybe it's your master's degree, your bachelor's degree, maybe it's your doctorate, or maybe it's the continual accumulation of the CCAF degrees. That's cool too. But your ability to learn gets you at the table. It gets you the seat for decisions that affect boardroom companies, small countries, big countries. You can be at the nation of leaders at a table and help make those decisions that will forever change the trajectory of our country and of your lives. So thank you for earning your degrees. Thank you for your service. Thank you for demonstrating that you have the capacity to learn and grow and juggle all the multitude of obligations that you have through work and through school, your families, your community obligations. You've demonstrated that you can learn and earn and be the best that you can be, and I just want to encourage you to continue that, because we need smart, talented people and dedicated people who understand the importance of the United States Air Force, the safety of our country, and our great state of Colorado. So thank you for inviting me here to be with you all today. I am so impressed with the achievements, with your leadership, and all of the friends and family who've come out to support you. We are behind you, and we want to see you continue to succeed and grow. So thank you. and may God bless you.
Thank you to our guest speakers for your words of encouragement and inspiration. Today we honor 64 enlisted members from the Colorado Air National Guard that have been awarded their Community College of the Air Force Associates of Applied Science degrees. 46 of these graduates are able to be with us today, and you will meet them shortly. As it is now time to proceed with the main event, will Colonel Fessler and Chief Perry please come forward? Family members and co-workers, this is a memorable milestone. Please do not hesitate to show your enthusiasm for your graduate or to approach the stage to take pictures. Graduates, prepare to graduate.
From the 140th Civil Engineer Squadron, Staff Sergeant Benjamin Eric, with an Associate's in Construction Technology. From the 140th Security Forces Squadron, Tech Sergeant Brian A. Bell, with an Associate's in Criminal Justice. From the 140th Medical Group, Tech Sergeant Brian Brandt, with
Attaboy, Brian!
From the 140th Medical Group, Tech Sergeant Stephanie Colthurst, with an Associates in Bioenvironmental Engineering and Technology. From the 140th Logistic Readiness Squadron, Senior Master Sergeant Tyrone Cunningham, with an Associates in Human Resource Management. From the 140th Wing Element, Master Sergeant Charles Dahlberg, with an Associates in Criminal Justice. From the 140th Mission Support Group, Staff Sergeant Edward Donovan, with an Associates in Public Health Technology. From the 140th Maintenance Squadron, Staff Sergeant Devin Downey. He has 2 associates, one with the Information System Technology, and his second is Aviation Maintenance Technology. From the 140th Medical Group, Staff Sergeant Camille Dysart, with an Associate's in Practical Nursing Technology. From the 140th Maintenance Squadron, Staff Sergeant Jason Fricky, with an Associate's in Metals Technology. From the 140th Fort Support Squadron, Tech Sergeant Karina Garner, with an Associate's in Restaurant, Hotel, and Fitness Management.
She's half paper.
who actually got a vehicle maintenance degree.
For the 140th Operations Group, Chief Master Sergeant Manny Gomez with an Associates in Vehicle Maintenance.
We'll be back on it after this. There we go, we're back in it.
From the 140th Medical Group, Tech Sergeant Jack Griffin with an Associates in Healthcare Management. From the 140th Aircraft Maintenance Squadron, Staff Sergeant Daniel Haas with an Associates in Avionics Systems Technology. From the 140th Maintenance Squadron, Tech Sergeant Rachel Hilton with an Associates in Munitions Systems Technology. From Joint Force Headquarters, Master Sergeant Stephen Hodge with an Associates in Aviation Maintenance Technology.
There we go.
From the 140th Winged Element, Master Sergeant Joseph Kitchen with an Associates in Human Resource Management. From the 140th Winged Element, Master Sergeant John Kraus with an Associates in Criminal Justice. From the 140th Security Forces Squadron, Tech Sergeant Matthew Milne with Associates in Criminal Justice. From the 140th Medical Group, Staff Sergeant Jess Meyerskoff with an Associates in Practical Nursing Technology. From the 140th Logistic Readiness Squadron, Tech Sergeant Lane Neely with an Associates in Logistics. From the 140th Operations Support Squadron, Master Sergeant Andrew Onken with Associates in Aircraft Safety Systems Technology. From the 140th Aircraft Maintenance Squadron, Tech Sergeant John Osterhout with the Associates in Aviation Maintenance Technology. From the 140th Wing Element, Senior Master Sergeant Danielle Fagley. She's not here to get her associates, she is here to get her professional manager certification. From the 140th Force Support Squadron, Staff Sergeant Kayla Reno with an Associates in Human Resource Management. From the 140th Force Support Squadron, Tech Sergeant Grace Richards with an Associates in Education and Training Management. From the 140th Communications Flight, Senior Airman Derek Sellis with an Associates in Information Systems Technology.
Way to go, Salas!
Associate's in Public Health Technology. From the 140th Maintenance Squadron, Staff Sergeant Rebecca Tolan with an Associate's in Non-Destructive Testing Technology. We have another heavy hitter here. From the 140th Maintenance Squadron, Tech Sergeant Rosa Valdez. She has an Associate's in Non-Destructive Testing Technology and Aviation Maintenance Technology. From the 140th Wing Element, Master Sergeant Lucas Vanderwerf with an Associate's in Human Resource Management. From the 140th Aircraft Maintenance Squadron, Staff Sergeant Keisha Wells with an Associate's in Aircraft Armament Systems Technology. From the 140th Aircraft Maintenance Squadron, Tech Sergeant Benjamin Welter with an Associate's in Aviation Maintenance Technology. From the 140th Logistic Readiness Squadron, Senior Airman William West with an Associate's in Transportation. From the 140th Aircraft Maintenance Squadron, Staff Sergeant Adam Weiss with an Associate's in Aircraft Armament Systems Technology.
As the commander of the 140th Wing, I certify these candidates have met the requirements for Associate of Applied Science degree by the authority of Congress of the United States and in the name of Commander Air University, Lieutenant General Stephen L. Quast. I do hereby confer upon each candidate the degree of Associate of Applied Science. Graduates, I congratulate you.
Graduates, please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Governor Jared Polis, Commander-in-Chief of the Colorado National Guard, Major General Mike Lowe, the Adjutant General of Colorado, the citizen soldiers and citizen airmen of the Colorado National Guard, and the over 400,000 military veterans of Colorado, thank you for attending today's ceremony. Please join us in congratulating all of the graduates. Graduates. This concludes today's ceremony. Thank you for attending. Please join us in the back for refreshments. Thank you.